graduated from A&M with a degree in building construction. So this was back in 1978. Well, I wanted to be on the general contracting side. So I worked in Houston for about 3 years, working for different general contractors. And then got engaged with Gail and had an opportunity to either stay in the Houston market or try coming to Corpus Christi, and did a lot of profiles, a high-profile project, which is first one of them was the Tech State Aquarium, the other one was the Spawn South Hospital. So after that, it kind of reached a plateau with them. I spent a year in the refineries working at Citgo with a company called Arthur Brothers, and quickly realized that refinery work is not really something I wanted to do. We were doing construction in the refineries, and I was a scheduler planner. And of course, in that 1 year time frame, they had 3 explosions in the plant. I also realized that, I don't really want to be part of this either. So we talked to a good friend of mine named Richard Pittman, and he had an engineering company called Bath Engineering. And so he was having clients that he would design the projects for them, and then they would want someone to kind of assist them in the construction. In January of 1996, we formalized the creation of Bath CM, or Bath Construction Management. And it was, Bath had multiple companies, and they all had blended stock, so I was using my salary to buy stock in all the different companies through Bath Engineering, Bath El Paso, Bath Mexico, Bath Utah, and then Bath CM. And so we were able to do that and I was the president of Bath CM. So we did that for 2 or 3 years until the January of '99, and the principals at Bath Engineering were really wanting to close up Bath CM, and they said I could still have a job, but I'd be working with Bath Engineering. They really didn't see the future in the construction management side. And I still believed in it, and I still wanted to be part of a construction management company. So I ended up trading all my shares in the other company stock for all of the stock of Bath CM. And so the only issue was that I had to change the name from Bath CM to AGCM, Anderson Group Construction Management. And that was the beginning of the actual name of Anderson Group Construction Management, or AGCM. Early on, we ended up getting a little 500 square foot office, and at its height, we had 3 people in this office, and it was a little crowded, but it was a place that we didn't have restrooms, didn't have any plumbing facilities or anything. So we would go out to get our little cocktails or our drinks or whatever. But it just a lot of loneliness there, because I was the only guy for a long time, and so I'd be by myself at this little office until we ended up getting some other folks coming in. But that was kind of the early years of creating the company from nothing, because we had zero, no furniture, equipment, computers, printers, anything. So kind of creating all that. So a lot of the stuff that we would, as we would get monies coming in from the clients, we'd use it to buy equipment. And so gradually we were able to build an inventory of furnishings. One of the most prominent, and there actually are 2 of them from the Valley. One of them was South Texas Community College. We did a lot of estimating with those guys to help them pass the bond. And this was early 90s, early 2000s or late 90s, 99, 2000. And we had worked on the project, and we had a work with a partner named Brodus and Associates. Brodus had just started the company, and so we had, and they were the project managers for the client. They ended up, bond passed. They got selected to do the project management, and we promptly got dismissed doing the construction management. It was a political thing, and sometimes I felt we were used by those guys. And then the other one was something similar. It's the McAllen Convention Center. And similar deal, we had won the project. We were going down to McAllen, to their city council to be awarded the project. And once again, politics got to us, and we left that project as a loser. Unbeknownst to us, that the mayor had an opponent who also was a council member, and that council member had gotten to one of our other competitors, and the competitor was able to convince that council member that they were a better choice than we. And so, in spite of the city staff, city architect, and mayor recommending us, that we got overturned. So those two were prominent in the sense that they both happened in the early 2000s, and had we gotten either one of those two projects, we would have probably by now had a good presence in the valley. As such, we have limited to zero presence in the valley. As of now, we have nothing going on. We're looking at doing another project in Laredo. But it would have probably opened us up to a much larger portion of the state. It would probably have been our first our first satellite office, and instead our first satellite office ends up being in Houston. Now we're very pleased with where Houston is going, certainly in Central and in North Texas, but the Deep South Texas or the Valley, I feel like we missed out because of things that were almost beyond our control. Because we've gotten so many across the state, it's hard to say favorite, but the ones that were prominent here in Corpus Christi have been the Whataburger Field, Texas State Aquarium, and the Convention Center, and the airport. So those were all happening in the early 2000s, from 2000, 2005, in the formative years of the company. And so we had there were high-profile projects for us at a time where we needed some of that. Whataburger Field probably still stands as one of the more unique ones. One of the issues we have is that we've done airport, convention center, and baseball stadium. So we got a lot of experience, but we have not done our second baseball stadium or second convention center or our second airport. And so all that experience is starting to be a little distant, and so we'd like to do some more of those. But those are some of our more prominent and the ones I'm probably most proud of. I'm not sure that would change anything, because I'm excited where we are. One of the things, early on, it was a matter of just, we were getting work, but we challenged with getting quality people to do the work. So we were using contract workers who were getting people to come on board no matter how we could. Today, we have an excellent recruitment process with Kelly. She does a fantastic job of ferreting out the best of the best. And so the personnel we're getting today are of a much, much higher quality than we were getting early on. Because early on, we would get anybody who come in the door. Now, we've got high quality premium folks that I couldn't be more proud of. Certainly we've evolved past a mom and pop organization. And my biggest concern is that as we grow, that we're able to continue the culture that we kind of founded the company on. And we're putting everything we can into maintaining that. And I know we can do it because large organizations such as Southwest Airlines have been able to do it with 60 to 80,000 employees. We can certainly do it with 60 to 80 employees. It's extremely important to me that that culture is maintained, that we have, while we have to have processes and protocols in place because of the size, it doesn't mean we don't stop caring about the employee. Not so much advice, but maybe more of a mantra is we probably didn't know the phrase early on, but it ended up being employees first, family focus is what we've kind of coined. And I've always believed in our employees. You get good people, you allow them to do their job, and you're there to support them when needed. And the last thing I ever want to do is micromanage our employees. And it continues to this day, is that we believe in our employees first and foremost, and if the employee is very satisfied, then it's going to parlay itself into a very satisfied client. I am excited about the leadership we have in place. We've got these young 40-somethings that we've all designated as our next leadership group, and I couldn't be happier with what's in place. I'm looking forward to the evolving and the growth of the organization, but not so much growth for growth's sake. You know, one of our early employees coined that we need to grow so that our employees have growth opportunities. And so we're growing at a rate that allows our employees to advance. Because we're like, when you hire the best and brightest, they all have upward mobility aspirations. And so we're going to try our best to give them those options as we grow. And then someone who's a construction manager today could be a regional manager down the road. In order to have a regional manager down the road, we got to have more regions for them to manage. And that's where I see the excitement of the future, is that we're going to grow for the employee's sake. I don't think I ever envisioned that we would be this size of an organization. It was never my plan to be a large entity. I really never thought we'd be outside of Corpus Christi. I really thought that it would just be a small Corpus Christi-based organization that would be able to provide for the family and give me something to do. As it has shown over the past, I'm not very good at working for others, and so being an employee was never that good of an option for me. But it's just by bringing on quality people who have drive and aspiration, those are some of the main reasons we're growing at the pace we're growing.